is the Cutting Edge on RFM, and next Wednesday night. No rain in sight, and May almost done. You know, May usually be rainy month. See the cycle of things change now. No rain. And then now we're going to what them call hurricane season as of June. But you know, said hotter in July. Them said this year going to be the hottest year recorded. I don't know what they mean by that, but I know what they mean when them say recorded. Because the people them have a way to measure things. So they must say this year going to be the hottest year. And as we are saying, we see so much things are going on all over the place. Floods and hurricane and cyclone and all them something there. Well, only thing we reach now is the politician them. And that's our disaster. But yes, the temperature getting warm. Yeah, man. At night time, oh gosh, man, temperature warm, man. So, for those of you who know, say you have to go drink more water. Just keep drinking the water. Anyway, look here now. As a youth, I go up in a school. When they love soul music. I still love soul music. I have thousands of CD where appear soul music. And one of my favorite artists, she have a song named Proud Mary. I don't know if it's her original tune, but she and her husband do it. She did name Tina Turner. Icon Tina Turner. The thing with it is that her story is that she was abused by her husband so much that even though they didn't make hits together, but it's like she break away from him and she make bigger hits as a solo artist. She left America and go to Switzerland, go live, married again, and she dead till she fall sick. As a matter of fact, we want to tell you, say, Tina Turner passed away. If those of you who never hear before, we're telling you now. Tina Turner passed away. She did have what them call internal cancer. I don't know what is internal cancer. If it's not cancer, no most internal. Anyway, she have kidney disease. She get a stroke. And she did a long time arrest. And at the age, where she there now, 83, she passed away. Great artist. I want to play a tune by Tina Turner that is a semi-reggae tune. When I say semi-reggae, if you listen to it properly, you can hear the riff in there, the reggae riff. And it's one of her most popular songs as a solo artist. So, Tina Turner, gone, but not forgotten. Tina Turner, man, hey, she did some powerful show, you know. A woman there, when she had danced in a rasta, she put everything in it. I don't know how much I ever watch her show them on her video and them here, but yeah, man, real rock and roll artist, not even a soul artist as such, you know. Rock and roll, you know, like what them say, rock and roll. Yes, and them kind of artists. She's one of the only black woman who venture that way there and really become what you call progressive in it. Yes. She's carved her own niche. From them time there, with all the odds and trial and tribulation which she got through, she really overcome. That you call overcome. Believe you me. That you call overcome. Okay. So, Jamaica and why I tell you, this thing I went upon the people them chest for about a week or two now about the Prime Minister and him cabinet and him wardrobe and him crib and everything. It get away to the point where we hear them in my report say him not raise fee and pay. That don't solve the problem. You see the thing with it, you know, is that these people know say when things blaze up, so you know, and people start to shout out, you know, them can't not hear and go like them not hear, you know, because them know what it means to them as it relates to power. And you know, say power corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolutely. So when you give a one too much power, you feel like, say, well, sometimes it's not really business what you want to say. But when the voices get loud, them have to hear, and if it come from all different quarters, preacher, private sector organization, man on the street, people on the radio, everybody has said, no, that not going to work. That not going to work. Not going to work. So, he might take steps to do something different. And I see him go and play, if I go around, them call it gaslighting, yeah. He might go around the bush and I come around back the bush to make you feel like, say, them scientifically know what them are do. That is what I say. Them scientifically know what them are do. Watch a man, we still come forward. So I talk about the debacle we are going on now in Jamaica, and it's just ironical that the other party are in league with them and I go like them not in league with them neither. You understand? So this tune I make about 60 years ago, when not the tune itself, the poem was written about 60 years ago. He's up there, me slow, he's up there, make I say something else. So because I remember that say about 60 years a poem I write. And you tell me say 60 years and not change. Because what she said, it's totally relevant, totally relevant. So our woman cannot write them things in a fair time, about fair situation. And we come back now in this time when she pass a long time and still find relevancy in the poem. So you mean say not change? It doesn't look like that still.
The Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness has given himself a salary increase that is on par with the British Prime Minister's salary Rishi Sunak. The basic annual salary of a Member of Parliament in the House of Commons is £86,584 as of April 2023. In addition, MPs are able to claim allowances to cover the costs of running an office and employing staff, and maintaining a constituency residence or a residence in London. The salary claimed by the British Prime Minister in 2021 was £157,372. The Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness' salary has jumped by approximately 214%, with his gross pay moving from $9.1 million in 2021 to $28.6 million, which is equivalent to £149,175. The UK has the 6th largest economy in the world. Jamaica is the 130th largest economy in the world, with a total of 195 countries. So how is it possible that the Prime Minister of Jamaica Andrew Holness' salary is £10,000 less than the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who has the 6th largest economy in the world? The argument given is that increasing salary pay for politicians helps to attract better talent and retain professionals. However, in practice, this can lead to other problems such as social inequality and unfairness. While politicians give themselves a salary hike, other public servants like teachers, doctors, and healthcare workers do not receive such benefits. This is extremely unfair and insensitive during times of economic downturn. Increase in salary pay can lead to a misuse of public resources and funds. Instead of utilizing public resources effectively, politicians are tending to use that money for their personal benefits and expenses. Jamaican politicians better be careful. People shouldn't be afraid of their government. Governments should be afraid of their people.
What a message. You hear that about the peer? They might put the peer with the British Prime Minister. They might put the peer with, hey, watch a man. People, you don't understand where I'm going, You don't understand what is going on. You don't understand what is going on. We can't say too much time. We still come forward. Yes, so I remind you that little more from this. Tomorrow, to be precise, will be African Liberation Day. That's what it was called. That is what it is called. I don't think them call it African Liberation Day again. But for those of you who don't know, it was this time around when the OAU was set up. Organization of African Unity was set up in Addis Ababa by Haile Selassie and Kwame Nkrumah. That's the 60th anniversary of this African Liberation Day, and we should be gathering our brains together and finding out what it was all about. Because since the OAU start, now them call it AU. That's what them call it now. Them don't call it OAU again, them call it AU. But what we see in Africa is some corrupt leaders, and some leaders who spend time in Europe getting education and come back to Africa with the European knowledge and try to impart it on the country that they reside in, instead of try to figure out what is it that is unique to that country and that space, and then use a system. You don't have to use European logics continuously to define yourself, and that is what this government has been doing. That is why they find themselves. If you hear the Prime Minister talk, him said them sit down and meticulously use scientific reason how them come to this understanding. But when you get it, the scientific reason what them use is based upon the European perception of what is what and what is not taking into consideration the cultural background of the Jamaican people. So most of them people there, what you say, around the country, including the preacher them, because we not take them out, including the preacher them have a European perspective of spirituality that don't define the people who them talking to, because them still recognize deep in them soul, them still recognize how the Romans gave them Christianity. The Romans gave the West Christianity, and from that time until now, we have been perpetually at war with ourselves as it relates to our spiritual consciousness and our awakening to self. And that is what we say. The preacher and the politician is the two main enemy of black people. Because the politician them now, imagine them sit down in a corner with them who them experts, and them come out with a plan and say, look here, we're going to give we that raise and we're going to link it to that. We're going to give Governor General that raise and we're going to link it to that. All of these things, yet still, the masses of the people can't see how them come to that. Them people, them come to the conclusion. Them come to the conclusion because them basing up off the European way. The Europeans did not have our interest at heart when they brought it from Africa to come over here. So, and most of the laws that is laid down, that these guys is following, was laid down by the slave master. So how you going to use the slave master way to free and liberate the slave them? It can't work. We have to study the cultural, spiritual manifestation of the African people that was brought here. But them don't want to study that because everything where African them say a devil thing. Just like the Christian parts of them. Them not business or which part Christianity come from, as long as them have the blood of Jesus. And that not working right now, not working at all, because them see one of your ball out. Them see one of your ball out. Yeah, them talk about the leaders of the world, the leaders of the country, is what the people them put there. Look here, logically, we can look on them logics. And if we're well educated in them things, like if we have road scholar, or we are very versed in the Bible on a certain level, we can use for them logics. But out for them logics is not defining the people them who is now it's spread over. We don't have a African perspective how the Africans used to look at things before the European got there. The Africans them was existing thousands of years before white people landed in Africa. Thousands of years before white people landed in Africa. The Africans them was having a system of government, as a spiritual practice, and all the other things them that make life meaningful for human beings to exist. And when them come, it's a different thing. These Europeans come with a different thing. So we go by the books. We have a written constitution. Britain don't have a written constitution. Them have a constitution we write them, but them give we one. And all the things in that constitution is logically explained. And if you go to law school and you learn law, you learn law according to what the Europeans say it's supposed to be. And the logic that them use to acquit a man or find him guilty or anything is logical based upon European logics. You don't say it's not a go on. So when some little guys now sit down and study politics, they think they must study African ways. You think, say, them politicians that will sit down in a parliament, you think them sit down and study Africa before Europeans? You think them sit down and study that? Africa before the Arabs? And we Rasta come make them and know that Africa did exist before them. And we come make the black people them in Jamaica know say, look here, black people did exist long before white people go there, you know, and we did live quite contented over there. At least better than all it is right now. We did have land, we did have food, except when drought and famine take the place. We did have family. We did have family. Where right now is becoming obsolete. Obsolete. And we still in our society you know, I try to find myself through like a needle in a haystack. Like a needle in a haystack. You ever hear that saying that yet? And we as African people, everything we come to as African, we see it as terrible and bad. And when European give it, them claim say, that is how you're supposed to do things. That is how you're supposed to do things. Who said that? Who said that? Who give us the Constitution? Who come with the stories in the Bible? It's the same people them who bring our ancestors come here so and turn them into some horse and mule and all them something there. So how we can't see that? How we can't see that? How we can't see say hundreds of years past now, 500 years past, I was still there at the same big. You know, you hear me slow sing. You know, you hear me slow talk about. Sun a shine but things not right. Rain a fall but not it tough. Pot a cook but food not enough. How we still have say them things there? How them things there don't sound like a old thing. And you hear Bob Marley sang them. Bob Marley dead 40 years ago I saw. And when Bob Marley sang them a play, it sound like a no Bob Marley. When Peter Chacha sing, you can't blame the youth. It sound like a them youth we are talking about. I don't know them youth Bob Marley are talking about. When Peter Chacha sing, it's a meme that talk. When you can't blame the youth. A meme that I talk about because I was a youth when the man sing that. But now, youth come have youth and youth come have youth and the song still make relevant. They don't say there's something wrong. Who don't say there's something wrong? How can a people be so blind that them can't see? Eh? Look how much ones come. Look how much one comes upon the earth. And Marcus Garvey come. Malcolm X come. I mean, I can't everybody name the whole of them. Sam Sharp come over there, so. Paul Bol come over there, so. Taki come over there, so. Three Finger Jack come over there, so. Wamba Bola come over there, so. And all of these people fight and struggle to liberate we as people. but we still going in the European way of looking upon things. Still going in a way, European ways. We shape the perspective based upon a European so-called logics. In other words, when we want to dress up, we dress up according to the European, how you're supposed to dress, what you're supposed to wear, when you're supposed to wear that. That is how Europeans react to certain things, and we now fall into that category. You know, see, when you go to church, you're supposed to pray a certain way. So, yeah, someone talk about every day, him need long and pray. Lie him tell. Him grow up, come here, people, I say that. Me a whole heap of man and sing, say, boy, him pray every day, say, kneel long and pray every day. It's lying telling. It's him grandmother, him here, I say that. And him mother, say, must kneel long and pray. A whole heap of man no kneel long and no pray. Nobody now kneel long and pray again. Unless you go to a Roman Catholic church and you go take communion. Or you go to a Baptist church and go take the wine. Then always still in the all of them something there. You know, so say the thing now work. Something now work. Always so blind, Rasta. You know, so say the man tricky. And the woman tricky too. I know the man tricky. The woman tricky too. Yes. I mean, I say, but wait, what is? And when you talk to them, you say, why Muta don't like white people, Muta do this one. Look here, I do have an ounce of hate in my bone. I do have an ounce of hate. You'll never know that. I do have an ounce of hate in me. I don't know what it is to eat. I know what it is to fight for a people and myself who is domiciled in them thinking on an island called white supremacy. And we have a set of slave who have on coat and tie and jacket and sit in the Queen's house, them call it Parliament, and go in the preacher's building and call it church, and then perpetuate the same lie against the people them. Everywhere you turn, the preacher was supposed to tell you the truth, he might tell you a lie. The politician over there is supposed to run the country, he might tell you a lie too. The parent, the family structure broke down. Man a turn woman, woman a turn man, everything I get mixed up. Everything I get mixed up. Oh, we don't know them something there. We never know them something there. And when we fight against it here, so why we must keep up with the times. That is what I must say. The biggest scam. Them scam way. Because everywhere you go, you have a Bible. I'll tell them. You talk out the drawer, you see a Bible in there. You see a Bible in the hotel. Where you want a Bible in a hotel for? Because them are perpetuate them thinking. You know, see it. So anywhere you go, you must see it. You go up on billboard, you say, advertisement. The advertisement is not equivalent to our cultural expression. You go at the supermarket, you buy food where I know you want to buy it, but that is where you come up with. You come up with that. So you want tin this and tin that and tin this and tin that. You can't forget the sugar. If you ever go here and leave the sugar, you have to go back to market, go to supermarket, go buy the sugar. You can't drink juice without sugar. What kind of people is? What kind of people we live in where we can't drink juice without sugar? And we have the good old cane. We have the good old cane. And we can't drink the dirty sugar where them come from fine with. Yes, I say dirty sugar. The sugar dirty. And then you have the granulated one where certain people can afford it. The more uppity niggers can afford that. And them things them better because they might eat the white one. And then the donkey black people them who want to feel uppity, Them just go buy the white one. I don't know, say the white one worse than the dark one. It's worse than the dark one. So how we are going so? How we are going so fool. And so we say fool. We say the fool 2 times, but got to get more emphasis. How we are going so fool. That year in, year out, them come with the same thing. And we change according to how them wanted to change. You look at the woman and you see, say, them just either did and don't know which part them are go. You know, see it? Because if white people come and say, wear that, them wear that. If white people come and say, don't wear that, wear this, them wear that and don't wear this. Nobody has no style for themselves. Everybody's into fashion. Some people ask me, Muta, where you buy your clothes? I say, a market. And when I go to Africa, I buy them at the market. Them can't believe it. Them can't believe it's a market, you go buy clothes. Yes. Market will go in. Most ones will go to Africa. Ask them if I in a market, them buy them clothes. Market. No, some people can't go to market to buy clothes. You have to wait till them reach a New York and go from Manhattan or gone in a... Sure, we are telling you, Rasta. And you have to latest this. You see a youth walk with a big polo shirt on his chest. A Tommy Hilfiger upon him back. And it just... It mix up. But you know, we're going to get there. We're going to get there, you know. Yeah, man, we're going to get there. One of these days, we're going to get there. And all of these words will have no more significant. And all of those songs will be just in libraries and e-books and e-libraries where you just go in and listen to them and say, oh, this was what people were struggling for in those days. But let me tell you something, man. Them have a plan. You think them don't have a plan? Them have a plan. Because you see them thinking, where them eliminate human beings' strength and power and a bring in machine, that you have to give account to a machine. You have to give account to a machine who you is. Watch it, you know. Watch it. Yeah, man. You believe say them don't know where them are do. And we go like we don't know where them are do. But we know where them up to. I'm going to play that tune later too. We know where them up to. Yes. Say it again. Okay. So as I tell you, say Africa Day. Call it Africa Day now. Them not call it African Liberation Day again. We want to tell you about the Faculty of Social Science, Department of Sociology, Psychology and Social Work. Present an Africa Day 60th anniversary commemoration lecture formulating a plan, a pan-African strategy for the upliftment of Africa and its people at home and abroad in the 21st century. And this is happening Thursday, which is tomorrow, May the 25th, from 7 p.m. Yes, from 7 p.m. That is 6 p.m. Jamaica time. Faculty of Social Science Lecture Theatre, the UWI Mona campus. This is taking place, and they will have some special speakers there. Professor Malife Kete Asante, Cecil Godsmore, Minister Clive Mohammed, Eru Ofare Atta, Stephen Golden, and I Jabulani Tafarai will be there speaking, and the moderator is Dr. Michael Barnett. So you can make your way up. You can know a whole heap of ones not doing anything tomorrow special as it relates to Africa Day. I hear a woman run up her mouth, some government madness. I say, the government, hear what the woman said, no. For radio she talk to, you know. She said, right now, Labor Day is not a party day. Labor Day is a day when you should get to work. And the government, you hear what you say, no? The government should make sure say it stay a Labor Day, do Labor Day projects. And those who are not taking part in it should go back to work on that day. Anybody that is not found laboring, watch out, you labor every day, you know, but this day, you know, because them change the day and go get no labor day. She said them should force the people them to go work if them not taking part in no work. Because it's not a party day. That is the thinking of them idiot, yeah. You know, see it? They want to get you in a perpetual working climate. After you work and them say, well, black people lazy. Which part of black people lazy? Which part of black people lazy? You have people who are do work 2-3 days, three work. Different people them. You have people who wash clothes. She wash clothes in the morning for that person, yeah, and she go on next yard go wash clothes, and she go on next yard go wash clothes just to make ends meet. You have man on site where lift up load where them not supposed to lift up. You have people in the farm. You look on some little youth on the corner, you talk. When you see them, I go on with them madness, people say black people lazy. Because look on the youth, them what them do. Yeah, you have some youth who make it look like, say, black people lazy and black people don't want nothing to do. Them just want to stand up in a corner. That is not the majority of black people in Jamaica. That is not the majority of black people in Jamaica. The little youth, them just sit down and puff out them and drink alcohol before them drink a little tea. Where them not see what happen, you know. Because if you go tell them what happen, you know, they're going to say, what more to talk about? But wait till I'll tell 20 years' time, you're going to see what happen. Yes, and them are doing so extensively and so vigorous that all them now going to live till all 50 because it will get more intense. Because you have man who used to drink rum when them liquor and live till all 80, 90. But then them do other things too. Them youth have one thing them do. One thing. And I will put them now work. But the majority of Jamaican people working or want to work. And the system gets stuck against them. We have to watch how we are put the thing. We have to watch how we are put it. Because I think it's easy when you are working in a company and the money where you are get after government draw this and draw that and draw this, the money where you are get, you can't even take your wife to dinner because you have your friend say, no, it will cost that amount, so you can't go. And if you want to go, one show, the $15,000 show. The $15,000 show, because that's around things that are, the $15,000 show that you can't carry your home and go there. You know, see it. Or your girlfriend for that matter. It's terrible. You have to stick to the point, stick to it. That have a light bill, water rate, that, food, this, gas, this, that. Who you owe, where you owe for the mattress, you owe for the cabinet, you owe for the what not, what was. All of these things you owe for. So you have to budget it. And then after you done budget it, no left. You can't even go to a movie. You know, see it. It's a terrible thing. Hand-to-mouth. Whole heap of Jamaican people are live to hand-to-mouth. So if them are live to hand-to-mouth, the system get them in a way where them can't think about nothing else but food, clothes, and shelter. That's all them can think about, food, clothes, and shelter. And meanwhile, they won't think about food, clothes, and shelter. The man are using political and religious manifestation in your brains, and you can't even see it because you don't have no time to think about that. And by the time you realize it, him catch you, him grab you. Look how much old people sit down on them veranda and I pray that Jesus soon come. You know how long me I get say Jesus soon come? Jesus soon come. Don't worry, Jesus soon come and wash away everything and everything going to be okay. Soon come where? Where him soon come? Where him soon come? Look in Africa where I go on. Look how many people are suffering in Africa. Where him soon come? Look on the war them where I go on all over the world. Where him soon come? What is soon come? So like when countryman, when you ask a man, countryman, Which part Joe live? Him say just round the corner. And you walk all 2-3 miles, you still can't reach round the corner. You know which corner you turn? And him say another corner. And you go up 3 miles after you say, I hope that's what Joe live. Him say, no man, I have to go up little more. Little more to him, a whole heap to you, you know, a whole heap of things that. Well, that's the same thing, them catch you. Them catch you with the religion thing and them say, Jesus so come. And every day you're singing at church, him coming, Jesus is coming from earth and coming for this and him going to take the wicked and mash them and save the righteous and washing the blood of the lamb and all them things there. And nothing happen. For 2,000 years people are saying that and nothing happen. The man them who have you said living quite okay. I build up skyscraper, buy fancy car and house and them something there. Them not, watch a man, you know, see the man in Africa, them find some more dead body, you know, this man I tell people to drink poison. Not drink poison, sorry, me I think about the other one, Jim Jones. This man I tell man, they must fast. And when them fast, them have to go heaven. At 200 odd people, them find now, you know, and them still dig up body, including children, you know. And them kind of thing they talk about, we call blind faith, you know, and that's how black people stay right now. Them have a blind faith thinking. They not think for themselves, they make people think for them. Because we were not taught in school. We were not educated. We were indoctrinated. That is really what happened. We were indoctrinated. We were not educated. So when someone will bust out of the pen now and come realize about wait, I indoctrinate me. No, I mean, like that, you know. You become now an outcast. You become an outcast. You become stupid and fool. You know, see, them want you to toe the line all the while. And if you decide you're not toe the line, then yes, I saw it going on. Yes. I try my best. And I try the best, you know, the boy. You know, oh, him go to church every Sunday and this and that. You did not go to church every Sunday up to now your grandmother and grandmother dead. I know Jesus don't come. And everybody upon the earth will live right now. I don't want to go to that, you know, because the man we invent some things we keep all man right now for all 200 years after. But I go to say, every people upon the earth now, 200 years from here, so now, none of them now go upon the earth. 200 years from now, nobody will upon the earth, I go upon the earth still. So where them people are go there? Them are go dead. And the earth are going to continue because it's just so it go. And people are going to be still here and it's going to continue. So the false narrative that is being projected on African people, we have to wipe it clean and start over. But how we are going to start over, we have to go into its deep recesses of our consciousness and find that African manifestation and bring it out away and try to make it become we. It's a simple thing, you know. You have a brother named Rollins. Him did have a coup in a Ghana. Him come to Jamaica too. Yeah. Rollins say, you can be modern, but not Western. It's a serious statement that, you know. Him say, you can be modern, but not Western. Where I say that, not because you are modern, it means that you have to be westernized. And that is really the problem with we as African people in other parts of the world. Yeah. We feel that because we live in a system with Americanization, the culture that binds with America, we have to be Western. When we know so we have a mind of our own, we have a sensibility, we do have to make people control way, every move. And that is because of lack of education into African perspective, African logics, African understanding of self. We don't know about it. People are here about Egypt just the other day. Just the other day now, because black people are right. We have scholars, archaeologists, anthropologists, scientists, black people who dig up these things and find out the lie what that was told. Big lie. Yeah, man, big lie. And I'm going to play something to prove it too. All right, I can't play it, I know it's too long. I forgot wait. All right, I'm going to play something meanwhile, but wow, listen to this.
The meat you are eating is not what you think it is. I want to introduce you to transglutamase enzyme, or meat glue, which the meat industry uses to take meat scraps and glue them together to form a brand new solid piece of meat. And they take these glued pieces of meat and sell them at a premium as though they're an actual fillet. It's really genius if you think about it. Take the scraps and sell them for a higher price than what you would sell the actual original cut for. So yeah, welcome to 21st century capitalism. They do this with beef, with pork, with chicken, because what transglutamase enzyme does is it bonds proteins to proteins. And it's an ingredient that's commonly found in chicken nuggets, sausage, chicken, imitation crab, but it's also found in bread and cheese. So the USDA allows this ingredient in our food as long as it's listed on the label. Sometimes.
No, seriously. You know, hear what the man I say? You know, hear what the man I say? I'll go and play it again.
The meat you are eating is not what you think it is. I want to introduce you to transglutamase enzyme, or meat glue, which the meat industry uses to take meat scraps and glue them together to form a brand new solid piece of meat. And they take these glued pieces of meat and sell them at a premium as though they're an actual fillet. It's really genius if you think about it. Take the scraps and sell them for a higher price than what you would sell the actual original cut for. So yeah, welcome to 21st century capitalism. They do this with beef, with pork, with chicken, because what transglutamase enzyme does is it bonds proteins to proteins. And it's an ingredient that's commonly found in chicken nuggets, sausage, chicken, imitation crab, but it's also found in bread and cheese. So the USDA allows this ingredient in our food as long as it's listed on the label. Sometimes it's listed as TG enzyme, sometimes it's TGP, and sometimes it's just enzyme, as is the case with this package of English muffins, which also comes with a warning that I'll read to you right now. Warning: consuming this product can expose you to chemicals which are known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. The FDA does not advise people to stop eating baked, toasted, or fried bakery products. So they're saying, this food causes cancer, but we want you to eat it anyway. Sincerely, the U.S. government. Now, I wonder how many people helped craft that warning who also have ties to Big Pharma that's going to produce and sell all of the drugs to make us feel better after we have symptoms from eating poison. Now, meat glue and a number of other additives that can be found in U.S.-based products, just like this one, have been banned in the EU. But they're still legal in the United States. So, you know what they say. USA. USA, USA.
Talking of USA, you know that according to them now, them saying New York is sinking. Yeah, them say New York is sinking. Like Venice. You know, Venice, for those of us who are artists and go all over the place, Venice is a city where it's water. In other words, now, when you take a boat to go shop, and people not understand what I say, but it's true I say because I go there. When you go shop in the town, you take a boat and you sail to the different shops. And when you reach a shop, you come out of the boat and go into the store, shop, buy your things, and you have to go back on the boat. There's no road there to walk on. The only place you can walk on is in the shop them. Because the city sink. So the water rise up. So all the road them is water. all the road them is water. It's a place named Venice. You go there, the restaurant them, all them places, you have to take boat, go to the restaurant. Yes, well, them say New York is sinking, them say 2 to 4 millimeter per year. It's not much that, but it has sink. So we don't know if little more you're going to need water, boats, or worse, boat for traveling to Manhattan. I know that now got happen in my lifetime, yeah. But if they keep doing what they do, and I build all them big buildings there and thing, it's going to reach a level. And even downtown, I know, even downtown, you see them have to put barrier now for the water level don't rise up. Because, hey, I can tell you something. I'm going to say this and then go take the ad them. You see, if you're at a beach and you see the water recede, when we say recede, it will move away from the beach, come out of the water and go home. I'm telling you that. Because as sure as fate, tsunami there around the corner. Cutting edge. So, I don't know how much people know a man them called Alexander Dumas. Alexander Dumas was a writer who come from IT, and he was in Europe, and he write some famous books. One of the most one was The Three Musketeers. Yes, it's a black man write those things, write them book there. And why may I mention that? May I mention, say, when him write it and then put it in a movie, you actually believe, say, what a go on, it really go on in a history. In other words, it come like a historical thing when Alexander Dumas write about the things them where him write about. The man in the Iron Mask and Count of Monte Cristo. And even though they might come off real people, because sometimes a man write something and him take the hero off of some people who live in, but him kind of boost it up and make him become a hero in the story. Now, nobody wants to believe that Batman was a real man, or Superman was a real man. The stupidity of the Superman hero is that him work on newspaper as Clark Kent and then him work as Superman. The problem with it is that you see him face, but the only reason why you don't know, say, him is Superman in the newspaper is because I'm wearing glasses. How the hell, how a man going to see a man face, right? And then he put on glasses and you don't recognize him. I can't, when I youth, I couldn't wrap my head around that the man is not like Batman with have on mask. You know, see, this man don't have on no mask, have on glasses. And nobody knows him is Superman. Anyway, that's not the story I want to say. The story is this, that nobody believes that Superman exists. Nobody believes that the Joker, who's a nemesis to Batman, exists, or the Penguin exists. But we read those things in comic books, and them set it in real places. In other words, you can't go to the places where these stories are put into. The writer never imagined the place. He imagined the person, the hero in the story. But he never imagined the place. Then tell me something. When you say that go on with the Bible. You know, say the man them imagine a whole heap of things and put it in a geographical location and make we believe, say, the things them where them write about is real. When it all come from them head and from them mind, like Alexander Dumas, who has come from Haiti, live in Europe, and write some of the most famous European stories, novels, that people never, maybe I say it, nobody, people never ever know he was a black man. Alexander Dumas. If you want, go Google it. My mother don't tell me them things there for a long time from me and pick me. Alexander Dumas was a black man. And him write some things that is not necessarily history. But the heroes in there is fiction. Just like the heroes in the Marvel comic them. And so now them bring them to the screen now. Then you don't say a whole heap of the people them in that book that them call the Bible is fictionary people coming out of Europeans' brains in a Turkey and in a Syria where them did live. The people them who create the story. The Romans them who did down there in a Turkey and the Syria, them control them places. Them write the story about fictionary people in a historical place where really did there. When you hear about Brother Nancy from the Asante is the people them. It's think up them thing they don't have no spider we attack to people. A spider trick people, trick Brother Lion and Brother Tiger and them something. It's fiction. So all black people take white people fiction and it becomes for them reality. Answer me that. All black people take white people fiction and make it become for them reality. But when we talk about our African fiction, our mythology, white people know it's not real. White people know it's a whole heap of the things that we are talking about is not real. But it is a way to put the African them in line, keep them in line with them cultural expression. And when white people are studied, them study it that way there. When them go to Egypt and Ethiopia and Ghana and all them places, Zimbabwe, and them see all of these things, and these rituals are going, them know say it's not real. Them know say it dead to keep a people culturally together, a nation together. But them don't believe it. Them just see it as it is. Them just see it as it is. Now we come and we take for them things. We not study it based upon for them things. We study it and say our thing. Madness. Total madness. We talk about Alexander Dumas, who are Asian who live in Europe and write some serious novel about some people in I'm head and put them in a real places. White people see that as a great novelist. Right? Okay. And they make him book them in a movie. Three Musketeers, and also them are develop on it too. Like James Bond. You know, Ian Fleming write about James Bond, and when Ian Fleming dead, them still make James Bond movie. And them put him in a Jamaica too. Them put James Bond in a Jamaica, them put him everywhere in the world. The other day, them put him back in a Jamaica in a Portland. Nobody believes that there's a James Bond. And even if there was a man named James Bond, he wasn't the man where we say in the movies. And white people know that. White people know that. Just like we just talk about how them put Superman and Batman in a places where you can identify the place, you know so that place exists. But the man is fictional. I have put it to you that a whole heap of the things are written in the Bible, even though geographically them can show you the location, but the people them who them put there is fictional. It will have nothing to do with a real person. And a whole heap of people know that too. But me talking this now sound like, oh, why Muta, you're dangerous, you know, where you get them things from. But me get it from if you think about it. Just think about it. Okay? Think about it. All right. So we'll take some phone call and come forward. We want white people are run from them country when white people are kill white people, and it totally look different from when black people are flee them country. Wow, man. That's a crooked. Brand new tune. Samaria. Okay, I'm going to skip that tune and to look at the car. Yes, Ian.
Yes, sir.
Blessed man.
But months and days now, I can't find you, you know.
Where you look? Under your bed?
No, I tell you all over
Mango
the world,
tree?
No, but watch me now. Too COVID up now and all the world around me now, I'm not going to find you.
Then 2 years ago now, they went out of the pen 2 years ago, man.
You're out. The road now.
Yeah.
Night, bell down. All things, man.
Everything is going according to the works.
According to the works. How so? You mean, so everybody forget them pay and government can take and everybody can take and thing is nice.
You have said that, man. I know me. I know that me say.
Yeah, say everything I go the right way to go.
Yeah, but you're my thing and your thing are go two different things. When we say everything I go all right, I talk about my thing. That don't mean say everything your thing I go all right.
All right, yes.
Yeah.
I love the chocolate when you go out with Sunday upon the Matrix there.
Oh yeah. But what did the Sunday again, you know?
Oh, you see the part, the segment when you the rum bar talk. Oh God, man, I tell you, all we need is just rum now. I write talk.
But you know, say rum bar music them they do.
Yeah, then
yeah, man. Leave my kite alone. Leave my kite alone. Yeah, rum bar music.
And the one with the woman I say, feel up.
Oh, don't touch me tomato. Don't touch me tomato.
You know what shall deal with, you know.
A tomato what you sell a market, where you know what shall deal. A tomato in a market.
I told up on here with it, and that's
no, you want to know. Me depend here and me I tell you what you talk about.
But under that she talk.
No, you can't tell me that. Me the day when she sell it. I mean, I got touch it, you know. I got touch it, and she said, don't touch the tomato. You too feel up. You have soft for me tomato them. Me the day when she said. You laugh.
All right, party. But you know, the man them have a thing. You see, the youth them like to run, you know, and you can go to some bad and reach.
Mexico.
Yes. So when I was popular, you know them in the midline now, I don't know if I did him go and reach. So what that mean now? When the last them, what them have said, a lot of them mean said them have to go in. I'm sorry, I know them said a lot of pass. I mean, in the legal, they must send you home.
Send you back, yeah.
That's how the Jamaicans, them are for the...
Anybody. Not Jamaicans alone, anybody. Anybody.
So the one where Trump did make say you could have stay.
Trump did say you could have stay?
They stay, you know.
No, man, Trump did have said that for go back, detain you and send you back. Them I know say the where I am buying say you can't come in as long as you can work, figure out your status. You have to do, come on the border and figure out your status and we'll let you in. But the other day a whole heap of people go over the border there and can't find them. Thousands of people never have no status and go in there. Eh?
Them make it cross there or...
No man, them make it cross the border, man. You remember say them did lock down the country through COVID, you know.
Yeah.
Them lock down the border, them lock down that we who not take vaccine can't go over there. So that was the law, you know. But when Biden opened the 11th of May, him decide say, he might go open back the country. Now, man like all me can fly to America now without vaccine or check. Well, that's the same with the COVID, the people, they might come across the border. One of the reasons why Trump set it up that them can't come across because them afraid of the COVID thing come over. But now, from it open now, thousands of people I go through for go over in America because them a look opportunity, including Jamaican people.
Yeah, and a few of them are really make the headline news too, and in the wrong way.
Yeah, man. Yeah, a whole heap of Jamaican go through though, you know.
But yeah, no, enough of them go through, man.
Yeah, when you watch it on the TV, I know all the way we get catch, a whole heap gone through. More go through than we get catch.
I want to say, come like a them, I highlight it now, make no fun of them get bust now, because it come like it go on.
Yeah, go on, yeah, man, of course.
So I get away, right?
Yeah, man.
Because, you know, Jamaica love talk, you know, and them see a thing, the military a little bit. Watch me now, boss, you know, come back in our place a little bit, you see?
Yeah.
The shuffle, them say them all shuffle, you know, in the cabinet, and the country, them say them want to bring it to Republic. Me and the car both apart. And what you know feel like say the Prime Minister, you know, what them have say, nah, go can't. You know feel like them could have even power argue. Because the man them smart. To me, it seems like Mr. Gold is going to overrun him. So, what am I going to do now? The Bureau just going to abolish this election thing to not lose it. So, it only fear is a smart youth like Nigel.
I don't understand what you're saying now.
All right. The PNP, them I get like a traction now, you know, out here.
Yeah, because of the peer business.
Yeah, and because of them say crime and violence, but the people that cry to say them on the Republic.
Yeah.
So it seems like no, so the JLP, you know, make up steps to go do that now for Jamaica. And
yeah, for go to Republic, yeah.
Republic, and it's a John out, it's the PNP, the traction them again.
You mean with the money thing, it a drawn out the money?
Well, yeah, another thing, I forgot John have this now. Because, remember now, you know.
Yeah, but the money thing not done yet, you know. The pay thing not done, you know.
What you mean say it not done yet? No, the people them go quiet, man. I tell you.
Look at, you know, say him say, wait there. You hear the news where the Prime Minister say, him going to ease off for the money thing, him personally, and then they must say, it's not only him must ease off, but all of the cabinet member them, you hear that news there?
Them wicked him and the opposition forced him to do it because...
No, but the opposition no force nobody to do nothing because the opposition is accept it.
Say it would look good if him do it. Mr. Golden for the PNP do it and him not do it as the Prime Minister. Because him first come out and did that.
No, but the whole of them agree to it.
Yeah, that me I say even himself when the people him that leak out and he say, boy, that's so too much him say. Him come out and say, him have to fix up the people and pay for it. It's attractive. The first and the doctor can run away.
Joke business, yeah.
We brains are away. Let's put island, so we have to keep some of the education and some of the things, you know, and I think attract them, and that they must do. And
yeah, that means that them going there, them wasn't attracted by where them going to buy.
Nah, they're not. Them going to buy it, probably them feel like they could have paid them. And then when them up in the system now, them must say.
Them start general out themselves.
Yeah. So them want to run away.
Put them on in the cookie jar.
Yeah, but watch this. It seems like them that get a good thing, though, then. For so much, not liars and the doctor them and the police them again. A principal, I get a big money. A principal now go on left school now. Everybody, it's so attractive now.
So attractive way. What you talk about, man? So attractive. Look at, you know, the Governor General like a $36 million.
Yeah, that's not so attractive now. Because them man don't get that basic. So really and truly, some of them they go that even when the man said, Mr. Nigel said, I watch them and he must say, nah, allocate certain money for certain things. Even a department, you know.
Yeah. And yet them can allocate money for pay themselves.
Yeah, but what this smooth I look bad in about 2 me I learn how I realize that them the thing that did set in on the system from in a motor.
But you know what you may just say it. You know, you may just talk about how we use in the European way to decide how we must run our life.
Because them come up in it.
Yeah, them go to school in it. So them don't know no other way, you know. Them don't choose to study no other way.
And if that system there say pay them $2 and it come up to $5 and it come up to $10, they know them try to show us a $10 it reach and want me supposed to put it to 20.
Yeah, for the money education is capitalism. And capitalism not go for people, poor people. It's all forget the rich richer. Anyway, you gone? I'm cut off. All right. Yes, Ian.
Greetings.
You're there on the phone?
Yeah, greetings.
Yeah, man, you're there on the radio.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Yeah, well, go on, motor.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more, I don't know if it's tribute to Tina Turner.
Tina Turner?
Mm.
You never come start the program.
Oh.
You never hear the first part of the program?
No, you know, for tell you the truth, but just wake up.
Play What Love Got to Do With It.
Oh.
She passed at 83. Yeah, man, me talk about it, man.
Oh. Me say a thing about still Indian. We didn't want to confirm that, but Not no go so.
What? No, go so. No.
Yeah, but
She just sick out bad though. She sick out bad.
To me, it says something pertaining to her with Jerry Springer and the next man. You know?
One for Jerry Springer, one to him. One to Jerry Springer. Him not there?
Yeah, but me three of them here mentioned the said day.
Me hear Jerry Springer and three of them. No man, I see the Indian me the same wrong with.
No man, you mentioned Harry.
Harry Belafonte.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah, then him not dead, man.
Yeah, man. And then you mentioned Cylinder. You talk about the three of them the same night.
Yeah, but me come back and the next day I apologize for the Cylinder one.
Oh, because to tell you the truth, me I work and I mentioned it and I said she drop out because she be here on the program.
I show me apologize though.
And me and my co-worker, they were in the part of Tassel. And I said...
So you love Cylinder, don't it?
Yeah, I like her song them, man.
Yeah, man.
And Whitney Houston too.
Yeah, Whitney Houston dead too. I call like a few dead artists, you know, except Cylinder.
No, man, the music. Love the music.
That's what I mean, the music. Yeah, man, I want to tell you, say, most of the artists who me love dead too, so I don't know nothing.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
Only artists who me love.
You have living legends, see me, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. You mentioned something about, what's your name, in respect? What's your name?
Aretha Franklin?
Yeah, it's something about her song where she sang Natural Woman and then Bunny.
Oh, yeah, some people that talk, yeah. LGBTQRS, PLLTT, them attack things, yeah.
Then that not upside down still, man. That not
well, you just say everything I go upside down now. Them say this world spinning around, them say everything is upside down. I hear that thing that.
I stop foolish that way. Yeah, the reason I'm short is still. One person named Jordan Maxwell. You know about him?
Yeah, man. Them used to play him argument, them, you know. Me have tape with him, man. Jordan Maxwell, yeah, man.
One thing we see on the TikTok, man, when I mention something about the church there, one woman named Mother Cersei. So they get the name from a translate from Greek to Scottish and then to English. Different name go down.
Okay. Well, to be truthful, you know, the name Jesus never in these three, you know.
Yeah, officially.
No, never. The word never named Jesus in these three. And when it reach a Greek and Roman, you hear about Jesus.
That I tell my friend.
Yeah, but I'm not lying. In the days where them are talk about, nobody never named Jesus. Yeah, and the translation of Jesus, the translation where them have, not go so, but I mean, people buy into it, just like how them buy into Batman and Robin. Yeah, man. And Alexander Dumas write The Three Musketeers. People buy into that too.
But them think they are fiction still, man.
Well, see, you're just awake, so you're not going to hear what I say. You're just awake.
Them think they don't know it's a crate.
Yeah, man. Fiction, I make it become like real to you. So I put it in a movie. And trying to put in a movie, it more real, you know.
Yeah, because you get more action from it. And
yeah, man. And you start to internalize it now. You want me come all Iron Man too. Yeah, man. The whole heap of you think I'm Iron Man, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you hear some man sing a tune and say, the woman I go like him go stand up in the middle of the road, make some run over him.
I just thought about that some
No, you remember that tune there?
Where go?
Barris Aman sing a tune, say, the woman, when I talk about him, say, it come like she want him go stand up in the road and make some run over him.
Yeah.
You never hear that song there?
I never remember hearing that.
Well, I want to tell you something. Some of them think they were at it on TV. Make the youth them feel away there. Like them are Superman and Batman and Robin and all them impossible things there.
Double Trouble.
Yeah, they show them Double Trouble. You don't remember that show there?
Double Trouble. I forgot to check it out. Double Trouble.
Oh, you mean check it out? You never... I wanted the man.
I don't know that song there.
You sleep too much, you know, Bridget. You sleep too much, man. Trust me. Eh? You just have to wake up and make me have to go over about the thing that we talk about already.
Then remember, say you have to keep repeating back the things.
Yeah, but not the same night. Not the same night.
Yeah, I remember you have people, them constantly hear it, and them not hear it, you know. Even though them are hear it, and them not hear it, you know.
Yeah.
Enough things to hear what you say, and I say, in this or that.
That's true. And sometimes them say things me say we never say too.
You see it?
Yeah.
That is it.
But wait there. I'm going to ask you a question now. Me play the tune where you talk about. All right. You hear the man say? I know you never listen to it, but me listen to it. Eh? Yeah, the woman want, the shall go on. She want him full attention, but he must say, what she want do? What you want me to do? You want me to up on the road and make something run over me? Well, I will add that at the conversation we just have a while ago. Yes. So what else you have to say? So I'm going to make you stand long so I can make you go and talk a little more.
Oh, yeah. Me say a little thing I go on in Israel from the other day.
I know little thing, man. A big thing.
A big?
Oh, wait a man. Little thing, a big thing. Man, not to them kill out the Palestinian people, them.
And not only that, too. They were ban the same Christianity in Israel.
Yeah, because them are Judaism, them are deal with.
Oh.
You never know them are no Christian.
Well, I figure it's three of them put to an island tales for them.
No, yeah, well, you have Islam, Christianity, and Judaism.
Judaism, yeah.
But the Israeli, them control this, so them want...
What is Israeli?
Eh?
What is Israeli?
The Israeli, them not the white people, they must have for them land.
And them are Jews? Them become Jews?
Yeah, man. Them call themselves Jews.
Well, I'm the original Jew, no, you know, Mesopotamia.
No, listen to me. We are talking about, you just mentioned Israel right now.
Yeah.
May I tell you, say, the Israeli them say them are Jew.
Them become Jew, yeah.
And what happened is that in 1948, England give them the piece of land, not recognizing the people who moved upon it before, which was the Palestinians.
Yeah, true.
So now they are move out the Palestinians them off of the land little by little because they want to control the land. But if you go Jerusalem, the three major religions them in the West. Yeah, you have Muslim, you have Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. See, but now we know say the majority of Israeli them don't believe in God. You didn't know that? The majority,
but they believe in Judaism.
No, watch out. Them don't believe in that neither. I tell you, real thing. But it's Judaism is for them thing. Judaism. Them don't believe in a Jesus Christ. Them don't believe that Jesus Christ is the savior of the world. Right?
So them people who is Christianity, who is them people? Where them come from?
People who get converted to Christianity over there, so. Because you have Jews who are Christian, you have Arabs who are Christian, and you have Palestinians that said Arab who are Christian, said we. See, so Orthodox Church, them down there, you know, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the Armenian Orthodox Church, the Roman Catholic,
And the Antioch Church.
Yeah, and then now you have Islam, where them have a dome down there, which like a serious dome. So the three of them converge in other places now. Because them feel that they saw the Armageddon are going to happen and everything are going to get turned over right there. So. And the Christian them believe that Jesus will come from earth and come back there. So. And do all sort of things and all sort of things. That is where religion to people. So even though they talk about peace and love and all of them are serve the same God. The same God I tell them to kill the other set of people them who worship the same God. It's a terrible thing.
Well, the man are saying in the video the same Jordan Maxwell man there. I tell you, say, the Greek mythology is a thing of a control people's mind. So then convert it to the church, then call her Mother Thirsty.
Yeah.
So then get everybody in the church now for control it, become business.
Yeah, it's a business.
It's all about take away your money and...
It's a business, man. I know black people are all on it and make money out of it too.
Half of them want black people.
Yeah, but if they don't make the money and go to the nice still, but trust me, because it's a money thing.
It's an individual thing. It's an individual thing.
Yeah, it's a money thing, you know. It's a money. And I'm going to play a tape for sure you say it's a money thing.
If a pastor come,
yeah.
and him run a church, he just come to make when he can make and move on.
And dip, yeah. Him and him family, yeah.
Him and him family and another one come and do the same thing.
And we are going like say we just say that happen. You walk that church and him a drive through past and a flat you.
Yeah.
And I say, Jane, you kind of late for the service, you know. You know, see, what happened to your shoes? Or you walking so in the shoes? Yeah, that's how them go on, you know. When you reach a church and you just walk in and say yes, and you have some of them come to church late because them go watch on a collection, you know.
Boy, a terrible thing still.
Yeah.
Them are the people in my way, man. And
all right, we have to go move now, though. We get talent at time.
One more thing again.
Yeah.
One more thing again. The Trump, I'm going to go some talk about the gender thing, so if he can get the power again as president, he must put that in a legislation by law.
We ban it.
To make sure, say, a female is a female and a male is a male.
Let me agree with him, man.
Yeah, I agree with him, too. I
agree with him. And when I don't want to think, let me see if I agree with him.
Come and say Biden must not push out the kind of...
Yeah, them have agenda. Anyway, we have to move.
Yeah, man, big up me hungry and thing, you know?
Yeah, all right. Go and listen to the program and don't go sleep. Put a matchstick in your eye. Matchstick. All right. Ready now? Ill.
Early.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man, I do all the same thing, you know? You see them look at thing about the fantasy business.
Oh, yeah, illusions, yes.
Yeah. Because me I tell you, Muta, you see black people still, I don't know if you say, them program was very, very wickedly. In our Western area. You see it, because I tell you an idea, how them grow people, them and how people them end up growing. And it's hard. When they hard this thing for them, have to come out of the box there.
Yeah.
Just for even make them think about it is a problem.
Yeah. And some people afraid to them think about it, them are blaspheme if them think about it.
Yeah. Muta. Personally, most people know me as a good youth. And enough people not deal with me because them know me long time and them get along where I interact until we start reason about the same religion and God business. And so I'm going to mention to them, say, hey, I don't believe in the Bible, you know. Then done with me completely.
Of
you know
course.
what the name of God has strike me. One bag of sitting. You understand? Then I have no other complaint about me. If you never seriously reads about me, then we say, boy, good youth, you know. Good youth.
But why you going to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole of we catch that fire there. The whole of we catch it.
And tell you, it's terrible, man.
Yeah. We get deep, man. Deep in it, much more than the people them who give it. We in it more than them.
Yeah. Alexander Dumas, you say?
Yeah. Dumas.
Yeah. How me enough, you know, say my black man, you know, they have a show where Jamie Foxx star when Django, a slavery show.
Okay. Yeah, me know Django, yeah.
Yeah, and the white doctor there tell the Mr. Candy about Dumas, and they make the dog eat up a brother named D'Artagnan.
Yeah, in the Musketeers.
Yeah, so he call when I slave D'Artagnan.
Yeah.
So him end up that Mr. Candy end up make the dog then bite him to death or whatever. So he might ask him how Alexander Dumas will feel about him naming his slave that and make the dog do him. So he must say to him, say, he would feel away because white man. He said, no, Alexander was black. So come you know saying black, I'm going to research it.
I know saying black. I hate him come from.
Yeah. You me know say anything come from I know, but
Yeah.
me tell you, and me know say when it comes to story, if you don't know where you get caught up in it, just like a person who watch a fictional movie and then get so caught up in it emotionally, they cry, they will
Cry, oh gosh, man, I tell you, man, I can tell you something.
Yeah,
Me used to go, wait, I can explain something to you, and I like you. Me used to go, every Easter, me and my granny got show, you see?
Yeah.
She used to live at Johnson, and when Easter come, you know, it's part tropical theater used to there. No, you're not going to know that. Carib theater. All right, so it's when we go to Carib theater, because I'm moving him, the greatest story ever told.
Yeah.
You see the part when Jesus, them have beat Jesus and put him on the cross and nail him. The man put on one loud ball in the theater. One loud ball at the theater in the rest of them. Said, no, granny, it's a movie. He said, no, move it. Jesus Christ, they were killing.
Look, this now experience that you are a young girl. How may I explain to her? Say, no, then Peter Peel didn't get to do this. She cussed like a dog.
I tell you what. No, black people say away Rasta. And I see the children say, when I play for the youth, but when someone say what, the reason why I made that play that is because a whole heap of youth feel safe him go stand up in front of that chuck nothing happen to him, you know. Because them see so much child on TV and so much of the game them will show you them things there. Certain things were not real, them start to internalize it and make it become real. Like how some of them youth they were kill people in America there. Some of them people they now go there, you know.
Them think them Iron Man.
Yeah, because the history, the movie show you say, him are not the bad man, and the bad man always get to because a bad people him a kill.
Yeah. I tell you, if we kill you, come down to alright. The same thing when they show the youth them. See Biden there, where they come with that now, then definitely you get up and say him a cat. And he can't later come to school and he's supposed to say me out in high school. You understand? And
if you don't agree with him, you can't get tried going to court.
You have to go pay your money if you don't agree with him. It's true, man.
I tell a 5-year-old youth must choose him sex. What kind of madness is that? A 5-year-old youth tell him must choose which sex him is, male or female.
But at the end...
Or none.
At the end of the day, it's against the law for them to have sex. That is
for them to have what?
For have sex, I think about sex, I big people talk to them about sex, that's a pedophile business.
Yeah, but them now stop that again. This government, where them have it, I the girl named Santos to stop it. He must stop it, but you see the problem with Santos now, he must stop all black history too.
Yeah,
them no want nothing about no black history in the school them.
Even about the Indian them, everybody.
Yeah, nothing about that. Yeah, it kind of make white people look terrible, which they are.
But then don't tell already because it's system that so.
But the issue not there for sure, man. The issue there, you know.
The history is there for sure.
Yeah, you can't wipe the history.
Yeah, where the history starts from now. Like they reach on yourself. But even because 400 years after Columbus claims they find one as well. England no borrow now. The thing is that the king, we forgot to name where they want to divorce in white. We're going to start the Church of England.
Henry the 8th.
Yeah. Persecution starts with the Protestant and the whole of them. So then jump on boat and come across the circle and you have one different place.
Yeah, Scotland and Ireland and them places. Yeah. Go get the land and thief the land for the people. Them.
When the Inquisition did after them.
Yeah.
And them reach Rome, so them come see a difference of people on the land. And what them did, who them couldn't kill, then trick them like how them trick Geronimo. That's why end up said the white man tongue is a serpent, is split in two. And put them on reservation.
Tongue.
Yeah. And they put them on reservation.
Yeah.
Yes, Muta.
Yeah, man, you know say.
Yeah, as me I say, they left and then come to America. After they done with the Indian, them couldn't build up their place. Then go Africa for Africans. And then work them for much 100 years in slavery. When they finish, then I say, all right, I'm done with them, I send them back on the yard. Then claim to them free and they emancipate them. Then some of them brainwash them or whatever. And today, we live to see white people that tell black people to go back in country.
That me I say.
You understand?
Yeah.
Today, we live to see that. And black people cheer them and see them way.
You can't believe that, man. Right now, white supremacy is on the rise again in America, you know. You know that, don't you? Right. White supremacy is on the rise again.
No, let's say rise still.
You know, it's a rise up now. It's on the rise. And a whole heap of the killing them by white people in terms of police killings. You know, black people, most of them get dead by. Yeah, and then you have youth who just are dead. I mean, some things are going on in America when it's easy, you know. You have to watch yourself, you know.
Black people are endangered species in America right now.
Yes. I tell them, say, there's a travel advisory I send out there, you know. Watch how you go to America now, you know. Because you never know if you go in a supermarket or a church or something, you might be part of a mass shooting.
But shut over people over there every day.
Oh, gosh, man, may I tell you.
Shut over them. You understand?
I tell you, man.
Terrible.
Can you imagine you go in America, you know, and you walk go in a store to go buy your Tommy Hilfiger and your polo shirt, and a man just walk in and start fire chat and you're part of the casualty? I could have did Jamaica I do something different. Terrible.
Just because the color of your skin.
Yeah, they don't know. White supremacists, man.
At the end of the day, especially black people in our Western world, sometimes it's sorry for them out of card. We grew up, you know. We grew up in a church, you know, as me always tell you, know. And me can remember me in a church as saying, wash me in the blood of the lamb so I can do whiter than snow.
Yeah.
Everything we then teach we. You understand? First time I grew up, and me about all Ethiopia, me stomach sick.
Yeah.
Based on what they show we and tell we. About them the place.
The lamb, the blood of the lamb. You know, the lamb thing come out of the story with Abraham and his son.
Yes.
Yeah, and him, according to them, God tell them to go kill him picnic.
To prove
and then him go, him want to prove. God want, I tell you, them people are there just, God want to prove, say Abraham like him, love him.
Bear in mind, say God know everything already.
Yeah, and him want to prove that now. It's a narcissism thing, you know. Him tell the man, say, watch, you know, take your son and go and sacrifice him. And when the man go for do it, him say, no, hold on, man, you really love me for true, you know. And then him take the lamb, where they pass, and him sacrifice the lamb instead. Yeah. So they must say, no, that was the first sacrificial lamb. And Christ now come now as a sacrificial lamb, where God give him only son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And him couldn't save him son. Him couldn't save him son.
Could his son come and in our little juvenile, but he'd married to a big man?
It's weird, man. It's a weird story. When you look back on it, you find there's something wrong with the story, you know, but it's like you can't pinpoint this war until you go really deep down in it and read it over and over and over and over. And you realize, say, no, that story is not really right at all. You know?
It's terrible.
Yes. Anyway, we're going to move, Reggie.
All right, no respect and no blessings to you.
Come on.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it. They're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
A serious thing, demoralized. That is who we are, demoralized.
Do you want to know what is a scam? A scam is having the Bible translated into Swahili, Yoruba, Igbo, Zulu, and every other African language, but having 0 scientific books translated into a single African language. That is a conspiracy, that is a trap, and that's a scam. Someone who can be scammed with the same trick over and over again for decades upon decades is considered a fool, and their gullibility and lack of critical thinking make them willing participants in their own destruction. I have walked into different libraries, and I have seen university science books translated into Chinese, Russian, Portuguese, Arabic, and so forth. I have seen Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill translated into French. I have seen the Japanese version of A Man's Search for Meaning. I have seen the Spanish version of Alchemist. I have seen the Arabic version of The Art of War. All these books, I have seen them in various languages, but none in any African language. An African child is sent to Arabic school just to learn Arabic so that he can read the word of her supposed creator, while the Arab prays and learn in their own language. African child learns and pray in other languages. You will find churches in Africa where the English became preacher would have a native translator next to them doing the translation. Here's where the scam comes. You will never find a school in Africa where the teacher will have a translator next to them to translate chemistry, physics, mathematics, geography, economics to the students. I have seen many science books translate into various languages, but none in any African language. The Chinese are taught mathematics in Chinese. The Japanese are taught engineering in Japanese. They are all taught finance, chemistry, astrophysics, accounting, medicine, geology, government in their languages. The only book that Africans have had in their languages is the Bible and Quran. The only time Africans have something translated them to in their language is in a church and mosque. The black African wretched of the earth is the only member of the human race who has been brainwashed to think that his ancestors bequeathed him with a curse that has prevented home from attaining his goal and desires. Almost every misfortune he encounters on earth is the fault of some ancestors who must be bound and cast in the fire of the Holy Ghost. The white people don't have terrible ancestors. The Arab that enslaved Africans for 700 years don't have wicked ancestors. No member of human's race has wicked ancestors who have done terrible things. No, it's only the black Africans. Black Africans are the only member of human race that will sit down, write a movie script to mock or belittle his or her heritage, In Western world, Xmas is the biggest festival. Christmas stemmed from both the Roman paganism and Roman cultures. The biggest festival in Arab world is Eid al-Fitr. The biggest festival in Israel is Pesach. The biggest festival in China is Spring Festival. Festival of Light is the biggest festival in India. Black people are probably the only human species on planet Earth that helps other race celebrate their own festivals, but nobody celebrates theirs with them. They generally believe their own ways are inferior. Therefore, it's hard for them to evolve the beautiful things their ancestors left. He belittled the ancestors who gave him life. The continent is the only continent where Christianity and Islam concept of a God is shared equally. Even though both preach peace and love, yet there is no peace and love. When an African man is not praying to a foreign God, he will be treating himself in a foreign hospital, or visiting another man's country for religious purposes, or praying to his own creator in Arabic. He calls another man's history holy book, just because they told him to ask him, what is holy about the book? It's an abomination for him to see the world through his own culture. Slaves weren't allowed to do that. He steals money from his land to keep in a foreign land. His God and his country was created for him. No wonder nobody respects him. The black man is roaming around the world like a tortoise without a shell. He has no backbone, zero identity. No one respect him. He is lynched in Malaysia, incarcerated in Cambodia. He is shot like a dog in the streets of America. Not until we all free our minds from mental slavery, we will be wretched of the world. Welcome to Clarity Rev.
Yes, me I tell you, serious thing. And that's right there. You don't want no more than that, man. You don't want no more articulation than what you just hear a while ago. We ever had this, so? No? Okay, yes, El. El?
Yeah, Muta.
The blessed man.
Blessed evening, man. I mean, greeting.
You have to talk louder.
Oh, you not hear me?
Let me hear you now.
I say greetings, man.
Yeah, man, I hear you at that time. Eh?
Yeah, I tell you, so the reasoning always beneficial, you know? Yeah, man. And, yeah, me hear the virgin before, I must say. I'm open to certain things, too. You know, I just say, I read the program, you know?
Yeah, when open your eye to a while ago?
Yeah, man. Eh?
Where you saying open your eye to? Oh, you mean the tape, I just play the clip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I think I call I hear that talk.
Yeah, no, man. The clip where you just play.
What me eye to? Tell me where it mean to you? What the clip mean to you? When say why it open your eye?
What the man say? They want to book them translate. I feel them.
In Africa there. Yeah, in Africa. Them only in English and Arabic.
Yeah.
But when it come on to education like maths and science and things.
Finance.
Yeah, that not translated at all.
Yeah, man, finance important too.
Yeah. Them not translate that. You have to just washing of the blood and continue washing in the blood.
That can't work.
No, so it not work. They don't say it not work.
Not work.
If you keep doing the same thing the same way all the while, you're going to get the same result.
Right.
So it not work. It definitely not working.
Not working.
Yeah.
Hey, you see that news there about the virgin in Israel who then lock up because they are pray for the queen.
And they are pray for the queen, eh?
Yeah, he must pray for the queen get into heaven.
Oh yeah, you lock him up for? Because I'm a prayer?
Yeah,
or because who am I pray for?
The queen get into him pray for the queen. But I try to call it from one time then.
No, I never hear about it.
Yeah, from that time I try to show it to you.
And
I tell the man pray forget the queen in heaven. And then lock him up. Did you hear that one?
No, I thought it was to hear it. It's for the door.
Yeah, in there the prayer wall. And then lock him up.
Oh, in Jerusalem.
Jerusalem, yeah.
It's a weird thing about the wall there, you know, say, any time of day you go there, you see a whole heap of people bow down in front of it and shake, them head a shake. Them a move them body towards the wall, back from the wall towards the wall. Same in Ethiopia top on the church. The poor people, you know, don't have nowhere to live, you know. Them sit down at the wall and a pray and a move. Them just a move. Left, like forward, backward.
Yeah.
Kneel long there, yeah.
In your meditation, I mean, man.
Yeah. Trans, them a try get in now.
Oh.
Yeah, man, all them things that go on, you know, the way they think about it. All right. You see how black people go on about Obia and cuss about Obia because them say Obia this and Obia that. And when Christianity do this and Christianity do that, nobody no cuss Christianity and say Christianity do this and do that, you know. When a man, when you talk against Christianity, a man I say, I know every Christian say so. A man kill. The man say, yeah, the man say, you know, you have some people that say, yeah, but that are some Christian, the people them who that are not Christian. Then all the people them who you talk about are Obia, or you claim to them are Obia, man. Them do something terrible and you say, that's why I can't take Obia, you know, Obia this and Obia that. Yet still, the man who talk about Jesus continuously and do some wicked things. Nobody now lick against Christianity, the man lick against the man.
Man, right.
So why when a man say my Obia man, I hear him do certain things, why you not lick against him and stop talking about Obia this and Obia that?
Understanding, man, understanding that.
Them demonize us, them demonize the things what we stand for, demonize it. Demonize it, brethren.
I would have no knowledge about that.
No knowledge, them don't have no knowledge, right? You can't lick against something you don't understand it or not have no knowledge about it, you know. You have to go find out about it.
I'm more than like a knowledge of fear, reach up here.
Yeah. Anyway, give thanks, brethren.
One next question.
Yeah.
Now is here, me never hear touch on that. Say if you ever get high, yeah.
If what?
If Muta ever get high.
Get high?
Yeah.
What do you mean high? Me high all the while.
You say you not smoke, so I want to...
Then true me not get high, me not high? True me not smoke, me not high?
No, that may I ask you.
No, but me always high. All you talk to me now, me well high, man. Me not go low, you know, high, me gone high. I don't know, high and high, said we high.
Yeah, but you know, most people when they smoke, they say they get high,
Yeah, well, that are people, I don't smoke, so I still high. You know, if a man don't get high to smoke, if a man get high when he eat food too. High when him take poison. I am always high, man. I am not you. I have never been you. I have been always high.
When I talk about high as in...
Any eye you want to talk about are the same eye me I talk about.
Mine is not talk about.
Yeah. All right, Bridget.
Yeah, one more thing. Because I'm calling, I couldn't hear you.
How much time you say one more thing? You can't count.
Yeah, me that's a good funny.
All right, go on, talk.
The last time I called you, I couldn't travel. So me that try to say to you, say, who the white woman you do the song with? And the phone cut off to you.
Which white woman?
I can take it as disrespect.
No, which white woman?
No, you do a song with a light skin woman.
Yeah.
You see, one time I was see on YouTube, I think.
But you're not white woman.
Oh.
Then you suppose you see my wife.
Are your wife?
So, no, man, I say, suppose you see my wife.
Yeah, me you say that thing there.
Anyway, me never everybody talk about that because it's not a white woman. The woman when me do the song with, what's she name there? So you see me, I forget her name to her thing.
Me think of the Enya. I know Enya.
No, man, Enya one foreign artist, man, a Manley she name.
Oh,
she married into the Manley.
Okay, Manley.
She married into Manley family.
Okay, me think of the Enya, you know.
No, Enya is a white woman from foreign do some kind of what they call meditation music. ENYA.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she do some meditation music. What I'm calling it New Age music.
Yes. When you think that's she, you know.
No, man, I know she, man. A Jamaican, no, man. Where you say, the one where you know which tune you talk, you know, I know. You tune name, I know. Yeah, man. I know. Name, I know. Yeah, no, not a white woman, that. All right?
Me I tell you, man. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, blessed.
Yeah.
Nobody talk about another thing again, you know. Nobody talk about one more thing.
Yeah, one more question, man.
You better keep that question.
Back to Jerusalem one. Then call that the...
Yes, ill.
Yeah, blessed.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man.
We a long time ago hear from you, man.
Yeah, because you don't know. Kind of busy on the road still, but
okay.
Still I preach it to the youth, them, you know.
Yeah, man, of course.
You know, wise them up, you know.
Mm.
But me I say, every time the man do something, them do something bigger.
Mm.
It's like a record, you know, like them all is a broke record.
You see, who can commit the worst crime?
Yeah, who can commit the worst crime and disrespect the people the worst.
Mm.
You know? You have to wonder about them too, you know. System here where I run Jamaica. And you notice, you know about the Constitution thing again.
Well, them a work on it still, you know, but you know, see, this take over everything, the pay thing must take over everything, you know.
Yeah.
And that's it now, when they work on, man, them still have people have town hall meeting and all them someday.
Yeah, for them town hall meeting. Because them a work on it for them, you know.
Mm.
You know. But I don't know, but we can't stop push it in the youth them still, because the youth them we have to start it, you know. Because sometimes me I lecture some people and some big people, and when you look on the level of what them know, you say that's how the thing gone so bad. You know? Because most people, some people not even know what is Constitution.
And let me know from the other day, we send my producer go out the road to get a box pop. Constitution, president, executive president, and them thing there. She'll come back with nothing. She say, people don't know one name, so people don't want to talk because they don't understand about president and constitution. They don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, because even that the protest there, you know, Emancipation Park, and when I ask some people, and you know, when I ask them, say, some PNP people did there, and some other people, and when I ask all the PNP people, them say, you know, man, going to the out there with a man, a protest about the fat salary and anything there, and they must say, no, Mark Bowling is supposed to hold the card, and a Mark Bowling card it. So I say, if a man not lead from the front, I that me ask them, so where the leader go there? You know? And me just say the people them, I don't know if if the people them get coward, you know, through the Kobe law with them that pass and lock them up and go on the bed and all them things and that thing. I don't know, but it's like most of the people them motor when you ask them say what really are going, you know, it's like them, you know, them stunt. I don't know if them not expect say like a government will have give themselves 300% raise. Or with them team. With the people really are think. The people them think say the government not dead for themselves, or the government them no want to benefit. And here's the problem now. When you look on the whole thing, Muta, you know say a 7th Prime Minister get the 28 million for the year.
Well, you know, yes, you know, him say him not bother with that again for himself. Him not bother with the 28 million for himself. Him not bother with it. So people are come out and say, not wrong for yourself. I do feel the whole I don't know, they want to turn back. You know, you that part there?
Yeah, but although him say him not bother with it, it gone through already. Because
no, but it can't stop. It can't stop. Them have the power to stop it. Them are going to them have power.
Minister.
Them have the power to stop it, man.
Them have the power to stop it, but we don't have the power to stop it. Because if the 9 days thing cool down, you know.
Well, we could say for 9 days, they're going to make it cool down.
We don't must hear nothing about it again.
Well, me not going to make them not must hear nothing again. We are going to keep saying it.
Yeah, because we have to keep pushing.
Me not stop saying it.
Because watch me now. When you look on it, you know, sure a wife will get the same money. Siaga wife will get the same money. PG will get the same money. Bruce will get the same money. Portia will get the same money. And Andrew, if Andrew takes him, I get the same money. Now, when you look on Jamaica are the second, you know, say the second poorest country. See, in the Caribbean, or in the West Indies, or in the CARICOM then. And the world, when you look on Jamaica now, Jamaica 130. Jamaica got 130, right?
130 what?
130 economy. You have said Jamaica economy are 130. Like that's a US are number one. China are number two. Right? Japan are number three. Right, but if you check them richness side of GDP them, right? See? And Jamaica, them money, when you check it too, the population. The money I get the highest paid.
Then you ever play something? You ever play something pertaining to the British Prime Minister and his name? You never hear?
No, I never hear it. Come, you dip on the road.
You just come right till you see it. At 10 o'clock the program starting a virgin. No tell if you dip on the road them time there.
Yeah, me dip on the road.
No man, me play a tape a while ago where they make the comparison between oldness and the Prime Minister of England and the richness of England versus Jamaica, and how it kind of way out for a man to take 300. As a matter of fact, film pay, the oldest pay is only like £52 less than the Prime Minister of England.
Yeah.
I got £52 about that less.
But me call some of my brethren seeing all over Africa and me ask the man them about all the razor pay go with Prime Minister, and if a Prime Minister or a President if I put on 200 or 300% on them pay it. The man said, boy, that absurd. If that happen,
place burn down.
Maybe the place should have burn down.
Yeah, man, place should have burn down, man.
Because that look away. You know, so I don't know them man.
I don't understand how nobody not talk about the Governor General. $36 million.
So I saw them all turn the Governor General, seeing Samuel President.
No man, them can't turn the Governor General Samuel President.
Are them all the system?
No,
them all choose them, man.
No, them can't choose the Governor General as a president.
No, them never choose him, but they must deal with the same system. They must choose a man. See? The same way. Because of the same system, they might try pushing on the people in the Constitution.
Yeah.
And that they might try to do, See? So, I'm going to just choose him friend, and him friend get 30 million a year just to come talk to or just sign in some minister and them thing there. You know? It's still a way, my general. I tell you, say, that's how we have to get. This is a Constitution thing, yeah. We have to go take it up serious, because it we have to go use it now and build some law to control them people, We are trying to control we, And I serve them people I serve with. I must say, we have paid them, Up to the madman pay tax, Because the madman, if the madman beg your money and turn in a supermarket, anything we buy, we tax. See, or anywhere we go and buy, we pay tax. See, so we pay them, and we can't just make them. We have to get certain things together. The Constitution, we have to get it together. We can't just make them take it and deal it like how they want to deal it and push down. At least at the same Bustamante and Norman man the thing from 62 come on back. I will go on again. So we have to instill this in the people. And most of the people are ignorant to our Constitution.
Totally ignorant.
You see it. But, yeah, Mama, there are more time, You see, more time is a man already. You see, we find to the people already, And you see...
Well, you have to make them ready,
Yeah.
Those of us who know what to do, just go and do it.
Yeah, so we just have to do more, some more ground, ground. Some more ground talk, I make like most people, I make them know what go on.
Yeah, man. You're not still the work, man.
Yeah.
All right, we have to move, though.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
yeah, all right. Yes, El. El?
Yes.
Yeah, man, blessed man.
Yeah, give thanks. Yes, no time. You can hear me?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Yeah, so happy to talk to you and your audience, With that regard,
towards the program. But there's an issue, a topic I really want to bring forward. And it's good news. In terms of what's going on right now with everything, I'm going to call from the States, you know? It's like there is a calling from the African continent. And it is pulling us, and it's like an awareness with so many. There's a consciousness to know and to connect with Africa right now in terms of resources, in terms of the mindset and the mind frame that it requires to really win and overcome a lot of the challenges that we heard the caller before address. And within that, there is a term that I learned recently that I want to share. And it's called Wehemi Mesu. Wehemi Mesu. Pretty sure it is something which, you know, you would have been aware. And I heard this through Dr. Leonard Jeffries, who is well connected in West Africa and all over the continent, all over the world. And it represents the African Renaissance. And in my thinking, it really represents a general awakening and a rebirth of culture, business, industry, networking between Africans in the diaspora in the West and Africans in the continental Africa right now. And within that networking, there has to be a cultural awakening and understanding and overstanding, anything we want to call it, some connection. And it's like there is that friction in terms of connecting with the continent. And this is where I want to get to right now. I visited recently the museum, the Metropolitan Museum in Manhattan there. And I saw them, it's printed on the wall when you enter in the Met. It says the African origin of civilization. And they have a series playing. And it would represent that the Metropolitan Museum have now accepted something that scholars have debated for years, that Africa is the foundation of not just humanity, but civilization in terms of the arts, cosmology, which I'm sure you already laid out.
All right, hold on there, Virgin, hold on there. When them have it at the museum, and them say the African origin of civilization, when them have said, this is how the African them see it, it don't mean to them believe it, you know. Because if you say, I think about the Native Americans' origin of civilization, is the American them, Native American them origin of civilization is how them see it. If you say, if you see it, Mark, the Chinese origin of civilization, it don't mean say, because I have it, so it means say, I believe it. The African origin of civilization, I mean, this is how Africans see it, even though they might come up with certain anthropological ideas about it and accept it. Because maybe the man who go dig it up accept it, you know. But on a whole, some total, them put it in a museum for sure, you say, this is the African origin of civilization. This is where them believe, how it originates. You understand what I say?
Yeah. Well, yes.
It don't mean say them not believe it, you know. Because I tell you, say, when you see it, don't take it for granted, say, them believe that this African origin of civilization is so the civilization originate.
Well, what seems to be happening is that Europeans seem to be split in terms of their scholarship, because it is difficult to come from the position of Professor Breasthead back in the day. And it just so evolved right now where the museums have accepted at least the 25th dynasty to be black African origins. So I think that is being evolving now to further acceptance that
more and more them are find out, say, with them anthropological study or archaeological study, more and more them are find out, say, but really something right down here, so, you know. Something now, you know, looks like I have to really start, you know.
Well, me have right in front me Dr. Buff Ben, Africa Western, Mother of Western Civilization.
You must find out about Sheikh today up to.
Well, I was going to go there. Well, they have a dedication inside the museum now to Sheikh Job.
Yes.
And we know that that heavily debated 1974 Cairo symposium, right?
Yes.
Where Sheikh Job and Theophile Obenge laid down the foundation.
Right,
and the 14 Eurocentric scholars were totally unprepared for that, is it? And that laid the foundation which Sheikh Job was he went through it as an academic, well prepared. But now the museum has a dedication to Sheikh Job as well.
Yeah, because now them can't ignore it again.
Yes,
they make a serious contribution.
Yeah. So I think where they are now is evolving in their theory and not trying to not say this is Europeans who came from the north and established a civilization along the Nile Valley. What they are seemingly trying to do now is to disguise what the term African means.
Yes.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's accepted that this civilization came from the south. And it's very important for us to tie that connection with Rastafari movement. Is it? The Kushite history and the list of kings laid out from King
Nubians.
Yes. It connects with the dynasty that Manetho laid out back for the back in that time, you know?
Yeah.
In some cases. So we have to begin to see the Kushite Empire as the expansion of and you know, the scholars have moved away now from and getting into Tawi, Smai Tawi, which connect the Kushite with the Kemet, and it connects also the Southern Arabia. You see?
Yeah, well, you talk more from Mesopotamia and the what them call them again? Sumerians, the Sumerians.
Thank you.
The Sumerians.
So what it just indicate to me now, Muta, is bring up the reference that what has always happened, they have always moved the origin and the development of civilization and shipped it to Mesopotamia and Sumeria. And no, it is not holding any water. Because as you know, the living monuments are along the Nile Valley. So you cannot twist so much words, where in fact scholars now are learning to read the Major Nature. So many Afrocentric scholars read the Major Nature even better than the Egyptologists. So they become the source. So you can't find that in Mesopotamia because it wasn't written in stone. You can't find it in Sumeria, which this is where a lot of our people are stuck because of the biblical history.
Yeah, the biblical history stuck them. That's what it's like. The biblical history stuck them, that's all. So them now are going further to know, so what you are talking about now is beyond the biblical history.
And yes, and even worse, the earth.
We have to take a break. See that, eh?
Yes. Yeah, man, give thanks again, Muta, because I just want to say this. Your program is the program that I listen to when going to school, LinkedIn, and listen to your program, and that bring African consciousness in my awareness. Yeah, and then we expand on that by coming to America and try to meet some of the people who may hear you talk about and play them tape.
Okay, yes.
So that's how we meet Dr. Jeffries and we meet a lot of this, you know?
Yeah. But I'm glad to hear that, you know. That means I'm not talking vain.
No, I tell you that straight up.
Mm.
So So with the conversation now, we have shied away from the source of our culture, our identity, and everybody else has used it to develop from scratch, from out of the cave, from out of the desert, and from out of nowhere as well. So we have to get over this, whatever it is. You probably can't help me understand what it is, Muta, but to challenge him, we have to get to the key of this legacy and this source. And the key to where him met so, the African Renaissance, the awakening of the mind, so we can connect with culture. This is where the resources is. And this is where everything is. The uranium, the platinum, the diamond, the this, the that. We know that. This is where everything came from, the mathematics, everything. But one thing we must know, the cosmology, the idea of a divine realm. Is it? And to just believe in this or that or whomever, what really ties us into African consciousness, and the consciousness is the same. When we understand that this civilization developed and spread forth all directions, east, west, north, and south, right? Well, you realize it's the same cosmology being expressed in different ways in Yoruba, in Akan, you know, in different Western, in the Congo. Right now, read Dr. Foucault, you see, who lays out the Congolese cosmology, as it relates to Bantu cosmology and the original stories of how the universe came into being. Every culture has to have that, you see? And if we're just relying on Adam and Eve at this point, it really seems not so sophisticated.
No, we're not reaching so. We're not reaching nowhere. If we continue to talk about Adam and Eve, we don't get nowhere.
It's embarrassing, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You can't enter in a discussion with that.
6,000-year-old story.
Yeah.
We are through with thousands of years of history for a 6,000-year-old story, you know?
Yeah, everybody has that. And when you understand that the cosmology is tied together and tied back to the Nile Valley region, and what is happening where we're scared away from the principles that are represented by persons and personifications of persons who are personified in different forms with the alliance, for example. Let me start there. Is the characteristic of courage. So therefore, we tap into these things. You see, concepts like Ma'at, who is represented by a
balance,
female feather, balance.
Yeah, the balance.
It's you know, carry a heavy heart, a grudge and malice, and that. It's just light, live light, have light, and you know, so the feather represents that, and you see that being in the temples. With the scale, and this comes back out with the judges, and some of the judges might pass, and you see it on the scale where the judges sit down and they have an ankh, and if they don't have the ankh, that means that person never passed. So it comes through a system of how a person lives their life, determine the existential life. You see, it's not an afterlife. It's life. So when you compare this elaborate system of thought developed over thousands of years, because when we come into dynastic period, there is so much unknown. So when people develop this type of in-depth cosmology in relation to the animals around them and the atmosphere, where you see the stars, the sky, where you see in front of you the animals, and associate with these and become and take on these divine and these attributes and develop a society. Well, the invaders now have no time for that. Them just have to rule. Them just have to destroy that and say, look here, this is what it is. You see?
Yeah. Anyway, we have to move, though. We have to move.
Yes, Muta.
We give thanks to the reason still, you know.
This topic we make we talk.
No, but watch out. A long time I don't hear someone call and reason upon a level there, you know. We give thanks for it. Yeah, man. A long time I don't hear somebody reason away. So keep calling, man. Keep calling.
Yeah, man.
You have enough things to check. Yeah. Okay.